golf ball? Did that go left? Or was it good?
No, it's kind of a push fade.
So
See,
nice,
look where your ball's moving now.
Look at your carry numbers are through the roof compared to the first few.
Yeah, definitely more back to the center of the face. And
Alright, do one more.
butchered it.
I mean, look
No,
at
I can see the
that.
shaft in it. That's what
the
I
shaft.
care a lot about. Look at
Look
the
at
end
that.
of that. That is so good.
Alright, so Hack, that was genius. So all we're doing to get so his head stays.
Yeah, so you make a practice swing, here, make a practice swing. And see how it cuts off your ability to pivot
Yeah,
and turn
that's
through
good
it?
shit right
Now,
there.
if you can release your eyes,
And on that,
Do that again, Hack, that's good. We'll put that,
if we just hold your head,
so if you hold your head,
see it negates his ability to get through or get over to his left side.
Right.
Now,
So
if we get
now-
his eyes to release,
it allows the chest to move through.
and see how you have a little more stretch, he doesn't have to
Yeah.
roll or get the handle high.
And think about it too, like, so when he used the true turn, right? Like when he used the true turn, he was standing there, he let everything go when
Yeah,
he was
everything
doing it,
goes,
right?
yeah.
The head and the eyes. So come back here and do this,
Yeah, that's
right?
true. I
It's
didn't
interesting
never
that, so when he
turned
did that, he
you
didn't,
know, he's pushing
like you
your
didn't
head.
do that shit and keep your head down, right?
right.
Right? So your eyes are releasing with it, and that's what lets your,
Now do it with your head, just keep your head fixated on the ground.
right? It's harder to do, isn't it?
Right.
And it makes the club go up this way instead of around as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I hit one.
But even the, I guess,
And like, you know, we
double
all,
bounce on the, I guess the blue one, you know, where before we saw that almost went away
yeah.
on release.
And like Zach, this is for you, you start teaching.
Well, this is great.
Like your goal with any student is to find the one thing that fixes the most other shit.
Yeah.
And I think, I always look at club face, I mean, obviously seven, but club face and pivot. It's almost always, to me, one of the, don't you think, Hack? It's one of those two things.
They can take to the golf course and they're only gonna improve.
Yeah.
And
That's
if
right.
so they
They
find
do
the-
this, do
They
it.
find the low point,
Club
find the
face is
safe.
fucked up.
Yeah.
They're gonna manipulate the path in their body to try to manipulate it to get it to go at the target. The club face is pretty good, and then you look at the pivot, right? You know, I think that's a great place to start. Now go ahead and let's release those eyes some more. It's totally different, right?
That one's fine.
Play that one.
It's kind of the same deal as like yesterday I was telling you, I feel that turn more internally.
And yeah,
Then-
you gotta get over
Right,
it.
so
Or
pull that
all
off.
there.
Yeah, so that makes sense. If you're here, it can't go.
Yeah.
But if you're here, now it can go and it gets back out of the way. So it makes total sense on that.
It's like that blue one, like because I guess the big one from the first version, it's almost before it was massive. It's almost in half and the whole patrol falling.
I mean, his backswing's beautiful.
Yeah, the swing's awesome.
Look at this, Jolly.
Stay in posture. So
So he separates there, he gets into his left.
So little back.
man, that's.
So like I would like to see you go up there, take it back kind of halfway down, Hack. Back a little more, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, right now, like draw a dot kind of right on like his center, like his buttons on his shirt.
Right in here?
Yeah. Like I'd like to see that go through that line. See how it stays right at the line a little bit?
Yeah, get it.
I'd like to see that go through the line a little more.
Exactly.
It's on doing that.
New one.
Crazy. You haven't hit any massively left. You thought you were gonna hit like massive pulls,
So
right?
it feels like you're
Yeah.
gonna hit it more than doing that, but you're
Yeah, I think
actually
you keep doing
gonna
it.
hit
Yeah.
less, right? Keep going. That's way more through with his upper body.
Holding the lag way better.
Look at the point of touch, it's more center.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I felt like
I think
my eyes
that,
got
I
the
think
most
that
on
one looks really
Right?
good. I want to see that one then back. That would look like the best on it.
So that's good. Watch this. He shifted over there damn good. There those eyes go. See, to me, there the center moved through that line, like in the last one, don't you think?
Look at the difference there.
Right? Yeah.
Now, guys, still
And see how that buckle's going
I
away?
think you can go even more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you can go even more on that. But it's that's
like I'm almost
Yeah. All right, so overdo
Yeah,
the shit
that
out
was
of
like-
it.
Yeah.
over the top.
yeah, more and more. I think
Overdo the shit out of
I
it.
think to overdo it, you're gonna have to like sit a little more from there. Like, if you just try to go like that, you're not gonna.
All right, so what do you think, Zach?
I think he's saying like he feels like if he does it more, he's just coming over the top. But I think he's got to sit and his hips need to turn underneath him like this way. If he does that, then he is going to have to get over the top.
So-
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let's stay in.
If he goes the way you just did with his hips,
Then if he gets to here, then I think he can go all at
right?
once and
But if his hips go towards me,
towards
the
you,
chest
then
goes
he's-
backwards.
Yeah, then in order to do it, he has to come
Correct.
over the top. So
Correct.
it's from the top, it's
Yeah.
got to be
More.
turning this way without like you don't need to shove to that left side.
Right.
Right.
It needs to be
Turn.
turn to the other side. That makes
You
sense.
just swing it up the top. Right, we got this?
Yeah.
Grip that, you can push down. Get them to move them into it now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So as you're coming in and you turn, then you can start to pull that club underneath. So you turn it perfect under, then go that way.
Yeah.
Then you can do it with the club staying underneath like it should be.
Yeah.
You go, when you try to move to the left, you try to move to the left by going this way
Yeah.
versus separating, going around and releasing your trunk. I think. Like what, did you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's exactly right. Yeah,
Yeah.
If he can stay this with his hips turning underneath him, he'll have all the room in the world to go forward. But as soon as that left leg gets that way,
Yeah.
you quit everything.
So I
it's
almost
like-
try to feel like I keep everything inside of the
Yeah,
shoe the whole
get
time.
inside and then get to it. Like
Alright.
halfway down your backswing, you can kind of release on that side, I think.
It didn't go left.
Where did that go?
Right, on the right.
Do this and don't worry at all about
Yeah.
massive pull. You hit the pull, fine.
He strikes.
Dude, that club head speed's awesome on this. This was
See, I think he's good enough to play if he gets back to play. Speed wise,
speed wise, you can murder the golf ball. You got tons of speed.
or out of the way. That's good. I like it.
Really awesome. It's the same thing every time on top.
Yeah. Different, huh? What's it like? Yeah. See how that center's starting to move?
Starting to get it over there.
Look at that
Oh,
shit.
see that's it.
That's
awesome.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's like so
Yeah,
cool.
look at the difference there.
Look at
bud.
that.
Yeah.
Can you pull that up side by side, Hack, with the first one? I mean, that's so good. Oh yeah, look at the difference, man.
Versus here is like everything.
You see the difference there, bub?
Man,
Right?
Let's do it.
I love it. All right, so let's do some from back here. Let it face. Release it through. feel it?
'Cause I think the first ones I was trying to get over there with my chest, but I think it's like where he said it's all how I get down and turn through to make it get left, not. I feel like when I try to get there with my chest is when I slide by trying to go that way to get there versus sitting in.
I think that's why go to the top. Right, so I think you gotta feel like you push the left hip out of the way around with your right foot. You see that, Zach? Look how if he pushes off the right, that makes the left hip go around and he stayed in posture. And then, like I said, once this separates and clears, then he should just be trying to make his chest, his eyes release and the trunk rotate through.
Yeah, the eyes release. Yeah, I think as long as that. Yeah, I think it's your that hip from the top. If it goes here,
Yeah, if it bumps at all.
then you're no longer going to be able to move forward the rest of the way. If
Right.
it goes to here, then now all of a sudden you can really move forward towards the ball without getting jammed up to where you have to bail out, which is what
Right.
tendencies are. So I think that out of the top, that left hip, just barely moving out of the way backwards is better.
That was better.
Like that.
That is smashed.
Does this feel easier?
Not trying to get there this way, I think is what caused the slide without turning. You're gonna
Yeah.
get the only way to do it slide, and I think that's when it gets to the buckle and looks kind of like that. I thought those I sit into it more. And
So you feel like you sit into
I
it.
kind of feel like I just more. Cause I think before it was all just
Better there. Look at that.
shifting the weight to the toe.
Right?
I mean, smashing the ball.
That would be good.
Look at that. Damn, look at this. We got 3D shit here. Look at that. Where's the damn? Yeah. That's pretty wild. All right, so do a couple slow where you can really overdo that feeling of that. Yeah. See, I don't think you could do too many of those slow ones.
Yeah.
I was never able to get Zach's ass to slow down to do shit slow.
No,
He's fucking terrible at doing
I'm really
slow
bad
shit.
at it.
He is. I just telling the truth.
Yeah, I would agree with it. The problem is I can always do it slow. I do it slow and I'd be like, it's great. And I'm like, well, I can't get it past the slow with it feeling the
You
same.
wouldn't say doing it
Because
slow.
I probably never did it long enough. That's probably
Do another one that speed, Jolly. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Look at that. See how he still has a little of that chase in there. I think some of that's do another one.
Like, I think I was saying with the eye thing,
Yeah.
I think it is a lot of that. Ability. I think you can get away with your ability. But like, you do the same thing on chipping, it is the same thing where we stand. I had a hard time getting it to open up. So I think the reason people don't chip like this is because they're so used to having their hip line be so square, which he is, which is great. But I think if you just
Explain that. Stand up there and explain
So,
it since we're rolling.
you were saying, so with the chipping, I tell me to try to get the face open on the club, so you can hold on it and not. It's the same thing with this. You tend to get so
Tour player here talking.
square. Like everything's perfectly square. We're like, that's awesome, but that doesn't allow for like the extra hip mobility. So
Right.
if you relax more into like what I think would be more of a natural stance, I think those feet are going to be, you can still be dead square, but that's going to allow you a little extra room for hip mobility. And on chipping, when we try to get you here with your hips, all of a sudden you can hold the lag.
Because that gets you already
Right.
rotated open.
Because you're already open, exactly. And so I think with this, where you tend to get here dead square and lose the hip mobility, I think just being a hair this way
Kind of flare the foot a little
would
bit.
allow you to do it a lot easier. And as you work on hip mobility, you might be able to get back to being dead square. But I think
Yeah.
just having a little would allow you that extra little bit of release for your eye line, like I was saying, and it'll just make everything go forward easier.
Right.
Where we're not wanting to release, you know, back to being dead square, like
Now
you
go
would
ahead
with
and
chipping.
hit a couple. Toe the left foot out a little more, see if that helps.
Get another slow one.
Yeah, that's good.
See that? Good, yeah.
I think it'll allow you just to have the hip clear a little earlier, which is, we take care of the biggest problem.
So release your eyes, toe your left foot out of here, and then release your eyes.
Oh,
That was pretty good.
And again,
Balance on that's perfect.
and again, I don't think you can hit too many at that speed learning.
Yeah. Just
Right.
learning this.
So what feels different in that?
I feel like I'm almost like sitting down into my left hip. I just going, I guess, because before I'd get to the left side by going there, so I guess by
Right.
almost sitting down into the left, I feel like or sink into it might be the better way to see.
Right.
And I can feel it all work through there before we talk. Whereas out here, it's all now there and back there.
Yeah,
on the
it's
outside.
wild on looking at this when you thought he was getting to the left side the best, like really going to it. At impact, he was here.
He was where?
That like his impact was like dead here. Everything was lined up like perfect. Yet he couldn't hold his lag at all. And this is when you were really feeling like you're getting over there. You had no wiggle room in front of the golf ball at all.
Yeah.
All forward movement was stopped. Even your hands had quit to where like the club was catching up with your release. Whereas like with this, all of a sudden you're hitting with lag and you're hitting, you're like not moving forward, pointing way out in front of the golf ball.
Right.
Well, look at what you just went. Look how much his trunk was through the ball.
Yeah, it went from here to like here.
Right. Look at the difference in
That's
that.
that's the part that matters the most.
Yeah.
Is right around impact, and so like, I think that's all on. Again, like you were doing it the way you thought was the best, getting your weight forward, but it was just stalling you out past the ball.
Right.
Whereas now you have, it looks like you're getting like that much room further in front of the ball. Also.
Hit a couple. So that's like Hack was saying, like you were confused and trying to get over there, probably with lateral, don't you think, Hack? More than rotary,
Right.
turning over there. And, you know, and like Greg always talks about, we always use like, you were talking a minute ago about like feeling it in your ass and your glutes, like that's what you want to play with, like that feeling, like go out there and learn to create that feeling, right? You don't have to think about as much shit.
I find it amazing how much this translates.
How much better is that?
Exactly into chipping, the exact.
Yeah, and
same
you're gonna
thing.
find as you teach, like almost everything everybody does, they do through their whole
Through
game,
the
and
whole
it just
game,
like
yeah.
manifests itself. Like some people's thing lets the drivers up on a tee, so it doesn't matter as much, and they drive it okay. Some people they can't do it chipping, you know, whatever. There's a place it's worse, but they
He
do.
made the comment on chipping. Is the first thing he said is he struggles with using his 60 because the ball pops up a lot with no spin.
Yeah,
And my first thought was like, well, you're not hitting down on it anymore very well if it's popping up with no spin, and also you probably don't have any lag. Was my first thought.
Yeah,
Which was exactly right. As we looked, he ends up with the chipping. It's the same thing. He goes and everything's good. He's super square as well, which most people open a little bit, but he's super square and everything's good, and then it would stall out right before impact, and his handle would rise, the face would.
well, that's because
square
nothing's
up,
going
and it would-
around.
Because it would quit. Yeah, it quit
Yeah.
turning around. It's exactly right. And so it's just wild to me how much that is exactly what y'all are working on in here.
Yeah.
Was the first thing that popped out of chipping. Pretty
Yep.
cool.
Keep it going. I mean, that's beautiful, Jolly.
That's what
It looks that much like
Yeah. And so you carried that 184 yards.
I think that was hit high. I think with the face, right? That wasn't.
Yeah, that was
Some of that could be the mat too, you
Yeah,
know?
that one didn't sound like it was like the ones that.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Try to do a full one with it open.
Yeah, but how far do you need a full one to go?
Never know.
I think he's in the high 190s with this.
But like I would learn to play with that one before. If you could hit that
Yeah.
thing 185 yards
Yeah, play with
at that
185.
speed and do it
Yeah.
dead perfect and control your trajectory every time, that's going to make more money than that one that goes 194 but it's
Yeah.
50 feet.
Agreed.
See how much more control he's got over the ball at that speed?
I love how everything's out front.
Yeah, I mean, attaboy. And these are the contact, kind of like what Hack was saying a little bit ago, the contact point's way more towards the center of the face.
Yeah. It's somewhere sneaking towards the heel.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's got a good line on that footwork. On that, just very little.
Yeah. See, I think that's when he stays back a little too long.
Yeah. A lot of those shovels have too much.
How good is that? That's beautiful.
Oh,
Huh?
that looks fantastic.
It's got to feel better.
Yeah, the turn is easier. As before, it was just holding on to your life to save it.
Goodness gracious.